everyone, this is Debono of the Fortune Teller shop. And I have a question here about Putin and his army. How are they relating to each other?
И лучшим подтверждением тому является то, как воюют, как действуют наши ребята в ходе этой военной операции. Плечо к плечу. Помогают, поддерживают друг друга. А если надо, то как родного брата прикрывают своим телом от пули на поле боя. Такого единения у нас давно не было.
So I'm asking about Putin and the army. So the army in these cards is going to be represented by the army knife. And Putin will be represented by the man card. Okay, so this is my alternative Lenormand deck. These are called the antique alternative. So the man card is there. So we have the man, which is Putin, and the army will be represented by the army knife. Okay, so what we do now is I randomly take out 7 extra cards. So shuffling the cards, and I'm going to take out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and I'll put the rest of the deck to the side. So what we do now is we put the army in there and we put Putin in there as well. And now we shuffle. Give them a good shuffle. Okay, we want to see how the army... Now the army obviously is many people. So there's going to be a little bit of variation in that because it's, you know, many different people may be experiencing many different things, but I'm just sort of trying to look at it as the whole. So the army as a whole, how are they relating to Putin? So what we do now is we lay out the cards. The first card will be the focus. Then we have 3 cards for the past, 2 and 3. And then we have the kind of like the present will go here, present, and then future, and then outcome. Okay, so this is called the box spread in Lenormand. Okay, so let's look at the focus card. So the focus card is a snake. Now, snake is enemy. Okay, so it shows here entanglement, slippery, third party. So someone's attacking or defending. Okay, so Putin is about, his war is about attacking Ukraine. So when they've landed in Ukraine, they're dealing with a rattlesnake. They're not dealing with a population that was friendly to them and welcoming to them. Let's look at the past. So we have here scythe, which is about cutting away, harsh, cut off and splitting. Then we have Putin. Now, if we look at Putin, he is facing a snake that's ready to strike. Okay, so this is not a good energy here. And he's also got a scythe on his head. So let's look at what's under him. Under him is the tower, which is authority, isolation, and defensive. So he's obviously the authority, he's obviously isolated, and he's also defensive. So the cards are just sort of speaking to us. Okay, so let's look and see what's above, which is more the present. So there's the army there. And let's look at what's underneath too. And we have the commitment. Okay, so the army is facing or dealing with an enemy that's about to bite them. Now, the lucky thing for the army in this case is they are above it. So that's a slight positive for the army. Okay, so they may be in a kind of like in a good position, say, in some ways over their enemy, probably because they have the missiles and things like that. However, the army feels cut down and it feels like it's very harsh. And it also shows the army and Putin do not have very nice cards connecting them at all. Okay. Now underneath the snake is the commitment card. So we could read this as the commitment of Putin and the commitment of the army is damaged because the snake's on top of it. Okay, let's look at the future. Future, we have flowers, so that's positive. That's some sort of happy, kind of like happy situation. Ship, traveling, and the outcome is the hearts. So this looks very positive in the future. It looks like there may be some sort of peace, gift, attraction, beauty, travel distance on its way. So it could be saying that there's some peace or some situation where things are getting better, and a love, emotions, and passion. So it looks like some sort of, this looks kind of peaceful, these three cards in the future. So hopefully this war will be over. Okay, I just wanted to focus on these three cards in particular because they are the future. So it shows flowers. Flowers can represent peace. And then it shows the ship moving away, traveling. And then we end on the heart, people returning to their loved ones. So it looks like after all this difficult combination of cards over this side, it does show that the army, or what's left of it, will return home to their loved ones. Okay, so I do feel like this war looks like it's going to culminate and come to some sort of conclusion. Okay, so I think it looks like, yeah, it's heading for a positive return back home to their loved ones. Okay, the heart is where the home is, or home is where the heart is. So it's almost like returning back home. And, you know, the healing process will begin. Let's hope and pray. But if I kind of go back to our question about Putin and his army, these two connecting cards are not very fantastic. At least the positive card is near the army. Okay, Putin seems to be locked into this side of the reading. He's got authority and isolation, attack enemy. Okay, and he's also got a scythe on his head. Possibly people will want him gone. Russian people will want him gone. But I do feel like future shows there is positivity. This is Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop.